Alrighty, Jazlin, I am very happy that you are here once again. You are a dedicated friend. I just want to let you know that, and I appreciate you very much. So, we're going to get started. We have today dominoes at our hand. You told me that you never played before, so we'll kind of walk through the simple rules with that. But while I'm kind of getting everything situated, I just want to thank you again for being here. And can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe your first and last name, if a middle name, if you want to share, you know, where you're from, what you're up to these days, and it doesn't have to be super long. You can keep it short and sweet. Yeah, let me know. Talk to me.
Well, I'm Jazlin Spencer. Jazlin is my middle name, but I'm not going to give you my first name.
Dang! Whoa, hold on. Mind blown. Jazlin is your first name. I mean, your middle name.
Jazlin is my middle name, yes. Shout out to my mom for that. She also goes by her middle name.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes. But I'm Jazlin. I'm a barista in Austin, Texas. And honestly, that is pretty freaking cool. I love it.
Absolutely.
I get to work at a really cool coffee shop that knows a lot about coffee, and that's very fun. And yeah, you know, I'm just here for the vibes. Here to help my friends succeed in life.
Help your friends succeed.
Yeah,
And yourself.
And myself.
And yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Speaking of helping yourself succeed in life, you mentioned before that you are wanting to start school again. What kind of prompted that kind of decision, and what are you going to school for, and what do you hope to do with what you're going, with the knowledge that you're going to gain?
So it's not like community college or university or anything.
Okay.
I just planning on going to school for real estate.
Okay.
I just feel like it'd be something really good, something I'd be really good at, because to me it's kind of like selling people their dream. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'd be really good at that. Especially in Austin, I feel like so many people are wanting to like find homes, and I feel like I can do that.
And why are you? Okay, so you feel like you can sell the homes. How do you see yourself connecting with people to like share them on their dream?
Oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah, like how are you gonna show up?
We're gonna see. I feel like, honestly, we're gonna see when we get there.
Okay.
But as of now, I just feel like when I get into the market and I know what is what, I feel like I'm really good at knowing people and what they want and what their interests are, even without even fully like knowing them as a human, which is, I think, it's a special power of mine, I think.
Oh, I think so too. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, before we continue, let us go ahead and get this domino game going. I just got this notebook here to just take some notes so I can keep my thoughts streamlined and I'm not going all over the place.
Love it.
So, dominoes, super simple. I'm going to give you 7. We're just going to put a pile over here, and then I'm going to take 7, and then we're just going to try to match numbers and colors together, and whoever empties their hand first, that's it.
All right, so like Uno.
Yes, absolutely, just like Uno. Absolutely. But these are dominoes, okay? So that's 4. Okay,
I get to play with blocks.
Yes.
I'm here with it.
Instead of cards.
I'm here with it. Do I get to like see them all?
Yes,
in
you
my
are.
hand?
Yes, and they're all for you.
Okay.
Yes.
It's none of your business. You
It's
can't see what
not,
I'm
it's
doing. Can't. The way that my sunglasses are like, who is that? What color is that? That's hilarious.
I believe you. That's smart. Okay, so I want to do this for the paper. I'll take this.
That's great. Okay.
Looking good?
I think so. Okay.
I feel like there's a step that I'm
You're missing.
I just feel like, no, I'm cool. You can go first. You can just put your first thing down and we'll just, actually no, wait. No, stop. We're just gonna pick a random one.
Correct.
Flip it over. Boom.
Okay.
We'll go that way today. Alrighty, so as we kind of start this game, could you tell me, are you happy with the individual that you are today? I remember the last time we spoke, we kind of spoke in the season of a joyful living, like you're having a very joyful life, you're very happy with the things that are kind of going on, and you're really just wanting to bask in all of it. Do you still feel that way now? And yeah.
I mean, I do still feel that way, honestly, wholeheartedly. I also feel like I am also going through so many changes in my life right now. I had to well, you and I had to go through a business closing down and the owner not being communicative with us about that, and that was rough, especially when I was looking for a job before that. And so I had a couple of stressful months there where it was hard to be joyful every day.
No, absolutely.
But you know, waking up and still choosing to be joyful is it's discipline.
It is discipline. It is a form of discipline to choose to be joyful.
It's a form of discipline,
yes.
honestly.
Yes.
And I'll put one down.
Sorry, I was listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, it was really rough. I feel like the job market right now is pretty rough. You and I have like talked about that several times. And so when I got the job that I have right now, I was so excited.
You can go ahead. I don't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing?
No.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, let me see if I have anything.
But yes, so when you got the job, you were excited.
I was ecstatic, honestly. Let me know if this is wrong.
No, go ahead.
Wait, hold on.
You're good.
Wait, hold on.
I wish I had like a thing to hold all the dominoes together. Are you using your lap?
Yeah.
So smart.
Can I do that? Or can I do that?
So, see.
It has to be the same number too?
Yes.
And the same color?
Excuse me.
Oh, that is not the same color.
Oh, yeah.
What
okay, I was about to say, am I colorblind?
What about the blank?
No, I can't. So the blank can only go with blank. Oh, stop looking at my domino. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Sorry,
shoot.
You don't got nothing
Dang.
either?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Do you have one?
Well, was it my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had to pick one up.
Okay, so after you picked
I
up, did you
did
have
have one.
something? After you picked up? Okay, go ahead. That's good. So put it on. Oh, you had one before.
Same color or same?
Oh wow. Why do they have? Okay, we can do this, but so
I'm confused.
this is great. So now, when it's a double like this,
Okay.
boom.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I accidentally picked an extra one up.
Oh, well you can put that one back then.
I don't know.
Yeah, just like mix it in a pile. If you didn't need to pick one up.
I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, hello. Okay.
Sorry.
So you were talking about the job that you're in now, and initially, you thought, well, not you thought, but you were excited about the job. You're happy with what you were doing there, the things that you're going to be learning, and of course, still being a barista is something that's very exciting to you, and you find a lot of enjoyment in it. But you said all that to say, like, has your feelings changed about the job that you're in now, or no?
So, I am very happy to be a barista. I think it's a beautiful thing for now. I also think that I'm very much here to not have all of my relationships from work because I was really wrapped up in my old job, like personally with my managers, with my coworkers, and it became hard to set boundaries. And I'm not about that life this time around. So I love all my coworkers. They're so beautiful, so nice. But I very much have like set that boundary for myself where I have been like, hey, these are my coworkers, not my friends. Pretty much.
That's very reassuring because when I was working at Starbucks, I did my best to create that boundary of like, these are my coworkers, I'm not hanging out with you. And I was also a shift supervisor, so I was their leader, you know, and I had to make sure that I wasn't showing favoritism to anybody because we were friends outside of work. And I always position myself that way.
That's great.
It's okay. We're working around it. This is part of the ambiance of being outside. Yes.
Welcome to Congress in Holdsworth, babe.
Okay. Yes. Tell them where we at.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. I was giving him a history lesson of where we're at, actually.
No, that's okay. We can actually talk about that later.
Okay.
Definitely don't have anything for, and I think we should also go by color too. Color and but we're gonna let that one go.
I thought that's what I was doing.
No, that's okay. It's okay.
That's
definitely my eyes are bad, but those are good. That's okay too. I actually don't have anything. Oh yes.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. That's what's up.
Fire. So I love hearing that like you were actually on the other end of that. Oh my bad. Before I go into that, for myself, I was always the oddball out now. So like people are they're all friends with each other. They're hanging out, and like there were some supervisors that were hanging out with, you know, some of the baristas as well, outside of work. And so like I was the only one not doing that. So like everybody was friends, and like that kind of
Had some FOMO.
yes. What word did you use?
FOMO.
Oh,
Fear
so FOMO.
of missing out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, so
Yeah.
FOMO. Yes. Well, I didn't have any fear of missing out. No.
You felt left out.
I didn't have a fear of missing out, and I didn't fear left out. It just, the relationships between me and them were not the same because they were like, if I needed them to do something and they weren't happy about it, like they're taking that to the grave with them. Whereas like one of their friends, or well, one of their supervisors who were their friends, like if they told them to do something, like they didn't feel like doing it, it was like a different situation. Like there wasn't as much disrespect or like, you know, like no clap back, you know, so.
That's fair.
So I just love hearing that, like on the other side of that, like you live the life of having friends with everybody at work, and it didn't turn out as best as you thought, only because of like, you know, some things started happening inside of it all. And so, yeah, and like they're like, it's so nice to go out and meet new people, you know, like especially people that you're not seeing on a daily basis, you know.
That's
like,
also my other thing, because I feel like if you are constantly, if you're hanging out with people, dang girl, if you're hanging out with people that you see every day, and you're,
remember, 2, boom.
oh, yeah. If you're seeing people every day, whatever, and I just feel like, would I go here?
Yeah, those are the same color?
And then no, I thought we were doing colors and numbers, because
Yeah,
those
we
are not the same
yeah,
color.
we're just saying, why do they do that? Like those are like a different tint
don't
of the same
know,
color. Like
but
that
I'm
is
like,
too
dang.
much.
No, but this is also a different tint of the same color. Like for what? That's crazy. Y'all need to chill.
Right. Dominoes.
Dominoes.
Okay.
Some people
Right,
can't
can't see. You're right. Or actually blind. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, come on now. Anyways, yeah. But yeah, that sounds like you get caught up in talking about the same thing every single day, and you don't venture out doing different things and coming together talking about the things you've done. It's just kind of like, I feel like when you become friends at work with the people you work with, it's constantly like you're talking about how your managers aren't managing well, or if your bosses are doing something weird, and I feel like it very quickly turns into things that are negative. Whereas like this time around, I feel like I'm just like, yeah, it's a small business, people need to do what they gotta do, not everyone's gonna be happy, but it's because I'm not listening every day to these people talk about like what is not right. I'm like, it's okay, like figure it out, if you're not happy here, we'll leave, like it's whatever.
The other places where you were having this kind of dynamic with the people that you worked with, how did you kind of navigate these kind of situations where like you're always having to listen to them talking bad on other people, or there's gossip and there's drama? Like, how did you like navigate that situation and
Very
still
poorly.
show up? Oh, really?
Yeah, very poorly. Honestly, I feel like I was having to hold all these feelings inside, because also I was going through similar things in a different font, because I was friends with my managers, and so they got the brunt end of it, and I just got like trickles of what was happening. And honestly, it was really rough to go into work every day and have to like be so upset. It made it a place that you didn't want to be. So I was not navigating those waters very well, but I was there.
So, how did you end up moving past it? Did you like, was it like you getting fired? Did you quit? Did you like have a falling out with one of your coworkers, or were you like, or like you woke up one morning or like enough is enough and you just decided to do something else?
There is a domino on the floor. Are you cheating?
No, it's gone. I'm
You
not
cheating?
cheating. I'm not cheating. It fell.
cheating.
No, it fell. It fell. I'm not cheating. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I actually need that though.
That is so funny, Sage. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Can I attach it to like this one?
No,
It has to be
the ends. Yes.
God dang Damn it. Okay. So the business closed.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to pick up another one?
No, you're
Okay.
good. You don't have nothing?
No.
Okay, my turn. I'm listening.
Oh,
The
shit.
business closed.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Wait, you got something? Oh, what is that? That's like a blue?
Is that the same color?
No, it's not. Same color.
Motherfucker.
And that's a 5. And that's a 1.
We're doing colors and numbers.
Oh, no, it's okay. Okay.
Or are we just doing colors? Because look at that. That is not the same.
Okay, definitely. Okay, we're just going to do
Numbers.
numbers. But if it was colors and numbers, they have to be the same color and the same number.
Period. Okay.
It's like
Period.
This is not Uno.
I lied. I lied. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry, y'all. I'm confused.
It's okay.
I'm confused. Yes. So, the business was closing, but I actually left. I left before it fully closed down.
Oh.
I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. I didn't have extra money. I just kind of, the way that it was happening was very much going against my own morals. And I just was not okay with it. And I left. For, honestly, my own respect, like my self-respect. And as soon as I did that, I just kind of like the owner, and I'd been working there for almost a year. I was the most long-term barista except for my manager. And I got cursed out by the owner.
No way. For wanting to leave?
Yeah. Did I not tell you that happened?
No. And also, this is like, I feel like you had deja vu just like a couple months ago, like leaving right before everything closed down. That's crazy, but
I didn't tell you that he cussed me out.
No. Why do you, like, was he just upset at the fact that, like, you decided to put your 2 weeks in? But, like...
I didn't put my 2 weeks in because there was 7 days before we were closing.
Oh, okay. So,
and
like,
he had scheduled,
yeah.
like, 5 events of those 7 days.
Definitely deja vu.
Yeah.
No, what the heck?
And I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Yeah, no, I was like, absolutely not, I'm leaving. Honestly, my biggest beef was that he knew that we were closing, and he didn't want to tell anyone that we were closing because he wanted to come in the middle of the night and take all of the stuff out of the building before the bank could take it from him. And that's why he wasn't telling his employees who don't have other jobs, who need money in this economy in Austin, Texas, that are all trying to live on their own.
I need to make a decision.
Like, that's insane. It's not okay. And I honestly, he relied on me a lot. I was there a lot. I sacrificed a lot of who I was and what I wanted to be there, which is insane. Because he sold us on a dream, and the dream was beautiful. And it really, if it would have worked out, it would have been amazing. Honestly, it would have been so good.
You weren't even worried about how long it was going to take for the dream to manifest.
No.
Because you guys were doing the work to
Yeah.
try to make it happen.
I was there. I wanted it to work. And he just didn't treat people the way that they deserved. And I was working every single one of those events with my manager that he was planning. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm leaving. I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to lie to people anymore. I don't think it's okay. And he told me that I was shitty and that I was fucking him over. And then did not speak to me ever again. I was holding my boyfriend's hand.
Oh, he did this in front of both of you guys?
Oh, no, because it was the day of the last art gallery opening.
Okay.
And I went because I wanted to support the person who was putting on the art gallery, right? I wanted to be like, you know what, this is gonna be my last hurrah. I know that this was just a terrible day, like, but maybe
Was that you?
No, that was, I didn't have anything. You have to go.
That was me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
And it wasn't a good day, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have some respect for everyone involved. Like, I've been here for almost a year. We've been kind to each other, whatever. So I decided to show up.
You
And
were there to the bitter end?
yeah. And it was that same day that I
thought
quit
you
though.
left. Oh, that same day.
It was the same, no, it was the same day that I had quit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want it to end this way, like, whatever, I want to go support because I had a lot of support and love for that business. And I showed up. The owner didn't look at me. He didn't speak to me once. And he would be having a full-blown conversation with my boyfriend as I was holding my boyfriend's hand and not speak to me or acknowledge my presence.
And it's not like that's not felt. Like,
Of course.
we've been together for how long now? And like all of a sudden you can't speak?
Yeah. So that was rough. It was not a vibe. That honestly, it was rough. That was a rough circumstance. I feel like I had to learn a lot about myself through that. And that is also why I have gone into my new job with these new boundaries, because I was like, that will not happen again. Because the way that made me feel was not ideal. Obviously, it was very hurtful. But, we got through it.
Absolutely. If you don't mind sharing, what are some of the things that you learned about yourself and from this circumstance? Outside of, I know you mentioned, now we set boundaries at work. Like,
Yes.
we can kick it at work and we can laugh and joke, but like, I won't see you outside of here.
Correct. Yes, I feel like, so in my previous job, I feel like it was very much like we're in it together, we're all struggling together, so it very much became like reliant on each other, and all of a sudden when you needed things in your own personal life, it wasn't okay anymore.
So there was like a false sense of community even. It
Yes.
was like, we're building this community, but like when our own needs help, like we can't even show up for them.
Kind of, yes. That, but like, I remember the owner just being like, I don't want to tell you what to do on your days off or when you're not in here, but you should definitely,
XYZ.
yeah, to promote the business because no one was showing up, right? And I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy because if
Yeah.
you really did care, like, either you could do it yourself,
Yeah.
or you could pay if like, for it to be done. Talking about my days off.
Yeah, and I just remember asking for time off. It was a hassle. It was never okay, and we would get endless amount of like clapback for it. And he would say that he was joking and playing around, but it didn't feel that way. It never feels that way after 2 times of bringing it up, right? Because you're obviously bothered. Say something about it,
Yes, we don't like beating around the bush.
We do not, and so that is not okay with me. I need my own personal time, my own personal life, and you don't need to be a part of it, to be honest. Because then lines get blurred, and they're like, you're my friend, you should be able to do this for me if I'm not going to pay you. Kind of, And I won't do that again. Yeah, and so those are some of my boundaries, to be honest.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I know that I put that down.
You put that down. I didn't have
You
anything.
didn't have anything, so you picked something
Yeah.
up. And so that was my turn
Yes,
again.
correct,
Okay,
correct. That's
I
so
was
silly.
not understanding.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't have.
yeah. But
Oh, you.
dude,
I'm sorry. Like,
bruh.
they got the colors and the things. It's not really added up.
Yo, this is okay. It has to be colors and numbers have to be the same.
Oh, for our game, we're just gonna do numbers the same. It doesn't have to be matching colors because we have non-matching colors
Bro,
around here.
that's crazy. This sucks, bruh.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. All right.
She slowly was collecting more and more dominoes.
Me too.
Shoot.
Okay, so you've grown from this situation. We are learning to set new boundaries. You moved into a new space at work. That is such a genius idea.
It's terrible.
No,
actually.
I feel like it's gonna work.
It's not working. Hold on. It's not working.
So now that you're doing something different in
Yeah.
this kind of space, are you learning new aspects of how you like to show up in a group setting? Given that like you made that boundary, do you see yourself behaving differently, or are you still the same kind of person?
No, so I'm the
Okay.
same person always.
Always, okay.
She's joyful. She's a hype woman.
Yes.
She's beautiful. Whatever. We love it
Yes.
inside and outside. But I show up very differently now. I'm not afraid to speak my mind when I don't feel like something is appropriate. I don't feel like I'm gonna be punished if I do it, to be honest, because I've set boundaries. I don't feel like I'm gonna be like taken off the schedule. And if I am, I will speak up about it. And so it's very different. I don't like carry this fear. It's like I'm not people pleasing. I'm not people pleasing. Yeah. Or trying my hardest at least. I just think it's more appropriate, especially in a workplace. You know, I had to see my new boss. He would get in arguments with my manager, and they would like go outside talking for 45 minutes. And honestly, my new boss was kind of like being disrespectful towards my manager, and I didn't like it. I didn't think it was cool. He ended up firing this new manager. There were very valid reasons. I'm not gonna lie. There were very valid reasons, and I understand. And I also just come in there, so I didn't even know the aspect of everything. But I remember my boss asked me, he was like, hey, do you think I was like being disrespectful towards your manager? And I was like, honestly, yes. Like, I don't think that what you said was okay. I think it was kind of hurtful. And I kept it real. If I was in my previous setting, I don't think I would have said that, to be honest. I feel like in my other setting, it was kind of hard for me to keep it real with the owner of the business because he very much would punish you. Just like, stop speaking to you.
Like socially.
Like social punishment, right? And it was just kind of interesting.
Weird experience.
It sucks. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's not a vibe. Yeah. And I think the thing that I couldn't handle mostly was just like the constant nagging. That really bothers me.
And I love how like in this new space, your managers kind of open up the floor for feedback, you know, and
nice.
It's like, even though I felt kind of off about it, you know, so I'm gonna ask my employee who was there, you know, that might have overheard to see if like there's any way that I could grow, you know, and so that's amazing.
For sure. And I wanted to keep it real. I feel like I don't want to go into a new space having fear of disappointing my boss because you're always going to disappoint people because not everyone has the same opinions. It just is what it is, you know? And
if
that's
somebody
okay.
was going through something that you kind of went through, how would you help them get over the fear of like, you know, not wanting to call off because like people feel that way, you know, it's like we're working, you know, we need to make some money, but it's like today I'm not feeling good, like, but I'm scared of some kind of punishment or people talking behind my back, or, you know, when I come back, my work environment has changed completely just because I decided to take the time off for myself. Like, how would you help someone else overcome that?
I've actually, honestly, been trying to help someone overcome that right now.
Oh, snap.
Snap. My honest thing is, I feel like when you're going through that, a lot of it is in your head. And so you hold on to the fear so tightly because you're so scared of what people think, and that's the people pleasing, right? It's the people pleasing. And I just kind of I think at the end of the day, I'm like, it's just remember that they're kind to you, and if they actually care about you and what you're going through like they said they do, they're not going to be mad.
No.
And if they are, this isn't the place for you to work, you know? And that's the end of the day, and there is always something else. Is this economy hard right now? Yes, it is, but there's always going to be something. You can always figure it out. There's always new things happening all the time, and it's scary, but you can do it.
No, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So with the person that you're kind of helping out right now, what are some of the barriers that they're facing to kind of overcome the fear in their mind? Because I'm sure you've had a couple conversations, right? Because you said you have been trying.
Yeah, I have been trying. So I think one of the things, honestly, I see a lot of myself in her when I was at my previous job, and so I have a lot of compassion. I have a lot of compassion for her, and it's like a mirror, right? So I'm also learning so much about myself through this beautiful human being. But one of the things right now that she is coming up with is she has been doing so much for this small business, and
always a small business.
Always a small business. There's always
small businesses. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. Yeah,
yes.
That's crazy.
she's been doing so many things, social media, making all of the syrups, making all of the chai, doing all of these things. It's a lot, and they haven't given her a raise, and she won't bring it up.
No extra money on the side, here's like $200 for whatever you did,
no.
or like no nothing.
No, it's just $12 an hour.
And they expect her to do it because she's already employed by them.
Because they asked politely. And
my friend told me yesterday, he was like, so in another part of the world, I actually go by my middle name as well. Which is Michael. And my best friend from Orlando, Florida, he's like, Michael, like, you just gotta stop being kind. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know if I can, like, stop being kind. He's like, I feel like I didn't understand now until what you just said. Now it kind of, like, clicked. And it's not, like, changing, like, you being understanding of people or, being empathetic towards them. But it's like, you can't just be letting things slide and like, just letting anything happen and speak up if something makes you uncomfortable.
Honestly, it's really important. It's so important because I feel like when you're always kind, it's beautiful to be kind, right? It's such a wonderful thing to be kind. And it brings me joy to bring kindness to the world. I feel like it makes life brighter. But when you're in scenarios like this, where people aren't paying you the way that they should, they're taking advantage of you because you're being too honestly, and people take advantage of kindness, and that's always how it has been, and it's really unfortunate.
It is.
It's super unfortunate.
I just had a situation where like my kindness was taken advantage of, and in the same scenario of like people weren't paying me, what I was owed and what we had agreed upon, and backslid on, things that we.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and so it's like just because people are asking you nicely doesn't mean you don't have to be, you still have to be stern in your own boundaries.
I like that.
You have to be stern in what you also, there's a part of this that also you need to know your own self-worth. And that I feel like goes into it as well, because you know what your time is worth and you know what you bring to the table. And it's hard to not let people take advantage of you all the time. And you have to actually notice, because sometimes you don't even notice that people are taking advantage of you.
Because they're asking so politely.
Yeah. But when you come from different scenarios and you come from a different background and you haven't experienced that yet, it's different. Like this lovely human came from a horrific experience from her last job. So she wasn't used to her bosses being so kind to her. And I was like, girl.
Right, she's probably like, well, I don't really want to do it, but they're being nice about it, as opposed to what I'm used to.
Yeah, right. And coming from myself, who is trying not to be a people pleaser, when you people please all the time, you almost expect people to know better. You almost expect people to know better, but they don't.
You do.
But they don't.
Which it just enrages you even more.
You hold on to this resentment.
It does, yes.
You hold on to this resentment, and in reality, you needed to speak up about it, and that wouldn't have resentment, because then your resentment would be appropriate if you spoke up and they did nothing.
Or you wouldn't still be thinking about it so much because it's already left you,
Yeah,
it's already out
it's out in the world.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
I told you how I feel about
Correct.
it. If you want to switch up or you want to change, or if not, that's all you. I'm out.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I kind of had to tell her.
Tell me too, shoot.
Shoot, I will. I was like, just because you came from a previous experience that was so terrible, I understand, but just because they're being nice to you doesn't mean you aren't owed things as well. Don't let them take advantage of you. I just had to tell her that, and she actually had to sit with that for a second and be like, oh. Yeah.
Maybe I should,
Yeah. Yeah. But at that point, you're now made aware. It is your responsibility to bring it up, right? It's your responsibility to speak on it, and that is no longer my job. I did the best that I could, and we're gonna see what happens.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully she listens to what you have to say and tries to speak up for herself and change some situations. Because I miss social media making syrups, that is too much.
It feels way too familiar.
does. It does. So
Yeah.
none of us have anything.
Okay.
Did you pick up something recently?
I did, yeah.
It was my turn to pick up
Yeah.
again. Can we just find the right domino? This is crazy.
Remember, you can do this end too.
No, I can't do that end. This is the
Shoot! Oh my god.
But you can go ahead and go because I don't have
Ooh, this is crazy.
anything. Okay, so moving on into
Oh, yeah.
where we are today with who Jazlin Spencer is.
Does that work?
No, girl, that is a 1. That is a 3.
Give it to me! Boom.
No, girl, you can't do that.
I'm making my own rules.
Okay, we're gonna play that today. All right. Let's go this way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 'cause I don't gotta feel that. We'll do that. Okay.
Or do you want to pick up one more and see if we got one?
No, that's fine.
Be
that's
honest.
fine. Look, I got all these in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Here,
I got
let's
8
pretend
now.
like I never picked this up.
LOL. Is that
Okay.
a right? Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
so
Okay.
funny, dude.
Do I have any
Oh
one
my
of those? I
God,
do.
so
yes.
freaking funny.
Okay. And it's the same color.
It's the same color.
Is there anything that you're working on today, or in this season of your life, or since the beginning of this year that you're still kind of struggling with? And it's not like you're upset about it, but like you know you still have work to do in this area.
Honestly, creating hobbies.
You said
Creating hobbies.
Oh, okay.
Because I have like hobbies that I want to do, but it's low-key so hard. It's so hard for me right now because I feel like I'm always working, and then I'm like always working because I have to pay so much money in rent. But so awesome news! I'm actually moving in with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy with it.
And my rent is about to be in half.
Okay.
So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I kind of love that it's not in Austin. I kind of love that it's like a little bit further away.
Especially because you've been in Austin for a very long time.
Girl, not even. 2.5 years.
LOL.
Not even. I just had a really productive 2 years.
I just know
Honestly.
everybody.
I do know everyone because I had a very productive
You did,
year.
you did,
I had a
you
very
did.
productive
You
time.
were out in the community.
I was. That's one way to put it. I was having fun. Yo.
Nothing?
No.
Sheesh.
It's okay.
So creating hobbies, what are some of these hobbies that you're wanting to do that you don't have the time to do at the moment?
I still want to take singing classes.
Yes,
I feel like that would
remember
be
speaking
so
about that.
amazing. I feel like that'd be so
Because
fun.
you do have a beautiful voice.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
I would just like to learn different techniques, you know what I mean? Just have like better stamina. I don't know. That I also want to take up sewing. Eee, get it, girl.
So definitely different color, but we're doing numbers today.
Where did this color even come from?
No.
Dude, has
It's
no
not
color.
We've never seen this before. I don't know what this
I'm
domino
peeved.
set is doing.
I'm peeved right now.
But I know you have one of those little empty ones. Yeah. Okay,
This
that's
way
what
or
we
this
do.
way?
It's up to you. So that's the other fun thing about dominoes. You can like make your own little like
Slithery
shape,
smack.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I would also like to take up sewing.
Are you wanting to like just be like a repairer? Are you trying to make your own clothes? Are you trying to like
Sorry.
sewer? You are the sewer. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're doing it all. Yeah.
Honestly, this is like the other part of me where I'm like, should I just buy a sewing machine off of Facebook Marketplace for $100 and look up YouTube videos how to do it?
use it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Because I low-key feel like that would be so much. I feel like that would be easier, and I wouldn't have to pay
easier
$100.
than what? What were you planning on doing before?
There are classes. I don't even remember where they're from, but there is a girl.
Mosquito?
I dropped my domino, and I'm not cheating. There's this girl that used to come into my old job who teaches sewing for a living, and they supply the sewing machines.
Danny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Danny.
Yes, we love Danny. I'm
love
actually trying to
Danny.
get her. I need to thank you
Yes.
to make the costumes for my movie. Yeah. I know. So anyway, so Danny, yes, she has that.
Danny has that.
And it's down south, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm talking about her studio. Never mind. That's okay. So
Her
I'm
studio,
listening.
I think, is down south, but I think the place that she teaches out of is up. It's like central.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, and they're like, I think it's like 80 to 100.
Per class.
I don't know if it's per class. I think it is per class. Yeah. It depends the packages, but I was like,
No, I mean this is something that you want to do.
yeah,
So you invest. Absolutely.
yeah, and so I'm like, I think I want to do it, but I also like don't know the vibes. I think I just need to take the step to just do it.
Is there like a intro course you can just like show up?
Yeah.
For free and you can do
Oh
that?
no.
Oh.
No, you have to pay for it.
Oh.
It has to be like a certain amount of classes. You could like, I think it's like once a week or like a couple of times a month or like something is something. So it's kind of like your own pace. And I think I don't know what I want my pace to be. I don't know if I want to do it like once a week or if I want to do it like 5 times a month.
Especially because you're trying to juggle your
Yeah.
work and trying to pay
It's
for all the
hard.
things that the world makes you pay for.
It's hard.
It is.
And so, yeah.
I honestly think what you said earlier was a beautiful idea. You know, like get $100 sewing kit or something under 200. Like that's low investment.
Yeah.
You know, and get you some fabric and just try some stuff out and see
Yeah.
where that leads you.
True.
And then
Because-
from that you can kind of decide
Yeah.
how often you can actually dedicate your time to it.
Yeah, that's very true. That and also, oh my gosh, okay, Rich's art studio.
Yes, yes. Which
Just
you love.
yes, love you. Hey, I just went to their 4-year anniversary. They had a fashion show.
I'm so sad I could not make it
Yo.
to that. I know. I
Sage.
love fashion shows. One of my favorite things. That's something. That's a hobby I'm trying to get into.
Me too. Okay, no, I realized after that, I was like, I don't feel this way about a lot of stuff. I was like, I could die happy right now, and I'd be fine.
Like the
I didn't know
whole
that you
world is just like, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like, I felt,
You got something. I believe in you.
I ain't got it. Boo. Boo. Anyways, yes, I literally was like, I can die happy. And then I also was like, I would love to be a model. For photo shoots, for the runway, don't care.
Yes, yes.
I feel like that would be awesome. And so I actually started talking to some of the stylists there and was like, hey, could I like get in this? Like, what is the vibe? Like, what's going on? And
Yeah.
it felt so nice because not all of the models were one size and like one shape and all of this stuff. And all of them were different, which made me feel more inspired. There was obviously a couple that were like, they were all the same. Like, they were all the same size.
Yeah.
But they were the same size as the stylist. So
Makes sense.
so that makes sense to me because
Yes.
she probably made the clothes for herself first and put them on the models.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense to me. But other than that, there were so many different people that were in it, and I was so inspired. And I feel like I'd be awesome at that. And I am like, I'm like a dog right now. I want it so bad. Because I just did a photo shoot as well with my
Yes.
up-and-coming photographer friend.
Can we share those?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're definitely coming on the screen now.
Yeah, for sure. You can share them. I love them. Yeah, and it's not only, like, I was so happy to bring to life what the photographer wanted. That was amazing. It was so fun. And I feel like I could just do that again. I feel like it'd be awesome. Anytime, anywhere. I just want it. I want it. I want to get paid for it.
No, that'd be dope. Absolutely. I mean, we definitely have to kind of explore that because, like, as you well know now, there's a scene for it in Austin. Right? I didn't know there was that big of a scene.
Me
like,
either.
For, like, fashion design
Me
and
either.
show. So, like, that's lovely to know.
I
so,
know.
Like, we just need to tap into that.
I know.
And, like,
And
continue doing what you do.
Girl, you do a great model too. Come
The
on.
model
Now.
stuff,
You be
I
a
was-
great model.
I was really just thinking about taking photos, but stop.
You can be both. Are you kidding? Oh my
I never
gosh.
even thought about that. That is crazy.
What do you mean? You stunt like a model. You be walking everywhere like a model. He's a model.
Well, as I pull on that thread, let's see where that goes. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. I've always been very passionate for fashion, always since I was a kid. I think the only school I ever wanted to go to as a kid was fashion school.
Yeah.
And
But here you are going for real estate?
how are you gonna make the money?
That's fair enough.
You know, and I can pull up to my job looking fabulous.
That's right, with your real estate money.
Yeah. So, you know, I kind of want to dabble in all of the things, honestly. I want, like, all of my fingers in like the brain of Austin, just like getting in there.
Yeah, I really like, me too. I kind of just like your boyfriend does a great job.
I know.
Like just being known in Austin and
It's
being
crazy.
present. Like I love that
insane.
from him, and
It's
like
so sexy. Sorry, excuse
and
me,
no,
but
you're good. It's okay. And, like what I've been seeing recently, that he's doing a great job at like managing his time and while spreading himself, you know, in a lot of different places. And
he's doing beautifully.
Shout
but
out, Mateo.
what's up? Dos almas.
Okay.
Foam. But honestly, it's so beautiful because I get to watch all of that happen, and I just want him to be happy, and I want his dreams to come true. Yeah. So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, do you have anything else?
Oh girl, no, I already picked one up.
Okay, so we're actually not great at this game.
So, Sage, you and I just yap for days. What are you even talking about? Oh my god.
No, but this has been lovely. I really love how you were speaking about like overcoming fear. That's something that like I've been trying to put more at the forefront of my brain when I see myself not doing the things that I want. Like at the root of it, it's fear, I think. And so I'm just trying to figure out how to overcome that, and that's beautiful, what you were showing or telling about how you overcame your own fear in that kind of work environment. So that's
Yeah. I'm just overcoming it in the work environment, okay? We're trying everywhere else, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are definitely works in progress.
Yeah.
It's something that I kind of developed a few years ago. Is refine as you grow. You know, it's like we definitely want to be better people all the time, and it's hard to like reconcile with the fact that like we can't be that better person now, but you know, we just kind of go with the motions,
Yeah.
surround ourselves with people who actually love
Take
and
your
care
time,
about
yeah.
us. Take your time, because yes, I know people say, you know, life is quick, but like while we're here, let's kind of enjoy it, you know, no matter how quick it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, true that. And honestly, don't forget to honor yourself and your feelings.
I'm not gonna lie, that has been stuck in my head. You texted me that the other day, talking about honor yourself and my feelings too, and it's like, oh,
It's
was
important.
I really not thinking about that before?
No.
And I really wasn't.
No.
And so like that's been on repeat in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, honor yourself.
Well, you sent me that message and you were like, I'm trying to see where this person's brain is about this. And I was like, well, where are you?
Where am I?
Yeah, where are you?
I mean, I've definitely figured it out now, because
Yeah.
the other night when you asked me that question, like I said, like my mind is just like, man, wow, like I should really figure this out instead of just like
Even though, like,
leaving it up to chance, you
Yeah,
know? I've been trying to be a little bit more courageous.
Yeah.
And I was watching a show. This is a pretty known quote, I think. I don't know who's it from, but basically it's like true courage is like doing the thing that you're afraid to do. You know? So
I try to remember that on a daily basis. Honestly, yeah, I try to do that on a daily basis.
I want to be courageous.
Me too.
You know?
Because all of a sudden, I find myself and I'm like, why am I not doing this?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
For what?
For
Like,
what? Because there's nothing more than yourself
Mm-hmm.
that is blocking you from getting to the place you need to be.
Absolutely. You're right.
I hate to say that because I don't
it's-
always live by that. Let me say that.
No, it's okay.
Okay, I was like, let me say that
We're
really
refining
fast.
as we're growing.
Yes, okay, I'm trying. Yeah. But yeah, it's different, it's new. I'm wholeheartedly the last 3 months been trying to find a work-life balance. And then like also like having the balance in my relationship also like with my friends and like trying to find all of the time. It's hard.
And I think that's something that was influencing my fear, which was not knowing how I would balance my own dreams with committing to another individual.
It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I was not expecting to hear that.
It's actually so beautiful because if you're with the person that you're supposed to be with, things just work out the way they need to. Like, Mateo and I push him to do his own dreams, he pushes me, we support each other. There are times that we're not seeing each other a lot, but we're always going to bed together and we're always trying to be there there's just like phases, you know? There's phases of not always seeing each other, and there's phases of always being with each other, and there's phases of like everything, all of it. And that's the beauty of it. Honestly, I never knew that was a thing.
So you just woke up one day and fell in love.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was talking to one of my friends about this a couple of days ago, where I was like, I didn't know that I was in love with, like, I knew instinctively that Mateo felt like home to me, but I was fighting it. I was in denial about it because I was like, there's no way
that this could be it.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're just friends. Like, this
That's
isn't a
how
date.
I feel.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way. Because, like, how did I even get here? In my feelings.
What,
Like,
what happened is you start spending so much time with this person and realizing how cool they are. And you're like, wait. And I actually remember the day. I remember what I was wearing that day. You were actually there that day. Of when I was like, oh my God, I have feelings for him. It's not just a crush.
It was that night event, and you were like standing across the room. Was it that day?
It was a Stoke. It was a Stoke commercial.
Oh,
it was a Stoke commercial. Yeah, I just remember because it was the open mic, and I was like in my little corner, like I was watching, and I just realized I was like, well, I'm always in this corner watching him, and I just remember he like looked back at me, and I was like. My heart sank to my butt, and I was like, I like him.
Which is why you were able to tell me that, because when you were like, oh, I see you just like.
Yeah, it's because I saw you. I saw me in you. I saw it happening, and I was like, whoa.
You were like, whoa.
Yeah, like I'm watching this experience. I'm watching it firsthand. Yeah, and yeah.
You what? What you about to say?
I already knew it was gonna happen.
Well, I mean, well, that's only. I'm only one half of the puzzle.
I know all of it.
Oh, you know all of it? What does that mean? We're not gonna talk about that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But I'm definitely
it's
only one.
It's because I know all of it because I watch everything.
Um,
I'm not in this situation in my feelings.
That's true.
I already went through that.
I'm already deeply in love.
I'm already deeply in love. Yeah.
That was another thing I was kind of discussing. I was like, okay, for this individual, am I not only ready to commit, but am I ready to open my heart up and love them? You know, am I ready to fall in love with this person? You know. Yeah, it's kind of
It's hard.
That was a long time of thinking and crying, trying to figure out some stuff.
Hey. And honestly, I swear to you, it always happens when you're not ready. That's my experience, that I've witnessed, that I've experienced. Because when I met my man, I was not prepared for that, honestly. I was just like, what the hell? Who are you? What is going on? Yeah. And then obviously for me, it was much faster.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, it was much faster, and that's okay. Because that's just kind of how I am.
But I love the open communication that you guys have had, though your heart was somewhere way out, before his was, he still knew that he wanted to be with you and spend time, and so he was just waiting on things to kind of settle internally so that he could give himself fully to you. And I love that you guys kept the communication about that so that you guys didn't disappear out of each other's life.
No,
that's another fear. It's man, okay, let me be courageous, and then all of a sudden they disappear out of my life. That's heartbreaking, It's ooh.
That is terrifying, honestly. That's terrifying. So it's honestly a matter of if that person doesn't share the same, are you guys okay with still being friends? Are you still okay with that?
Absolutely.
All right, then just make sure you talk about that. If you ever talk about it, just be like, it's okay then. Then I'll close that door.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people can't overcome that.
No.
For me, I struggle with that. It takes me a minute to close that door. Because I feel everything so deeply.
Okay, Libra gang.
And I'm a true romantic.
Me too.
You know what I mean? And I just love. And I it's so funny because I think I was very much in this era of like, men ain't shit, like, I don't need that in my life, whatever. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I am so full of shit right now because all I ever wanted was to love someone and for someone to love me just as much.
Yeah, that's why I'm making the film I'm making now. Kind of explore my own feelings, because it's about a young man who's longing to be loved and share his love with others, but he hasn't been able to do so in the way that he wants to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of up the stakes in a little bit, like in the film where like the main character's his wife has passed, but you know, for me it was, I lost a lover that I thought was gonna be long term, you know, and like to
I
me it
remember
felt
this,
like
yeah.
I lost somebody, you know.
That is, well, if you're in somebody's life for so long and this is your partner and you have to separate, you have all of these things that you still have to untangle. Honestly, like, I don't know, like, it's, y'all are a root, right? And you're now having to be pulled up from the ground and be repotted separately. It takes a while to dust off all of the dirt
It does.
and to like then like detangle the roots and then also be put in two separate plants, like planters, and then also have to put more soil.
Right, so that I can continue growing.
Yeah, and then you have to
nourish it,
start
yeah.
finding things to nourish it on your own.
And that takes
it's not
a lot.
shared
Yeah,
anymore.
I know. Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, love that. Well, thank you so much, Jazlin. This was amazing. Our domino game was almost successful. Nobody won. We just could not find anything.
We also couldn't focus. We were having too good of a time.
We are having a good time. This is just background stuff anyway. The game is just the background. So, anyways, I appreciate you so much for joining me today and talking to me about who you are and kind of what's going on in your life, because we don't get to see each other often, and you know, you got a man and y'all be booed up, so which is okay. But so this is a lovely. We could definitely find a drink, but we'll do that off camera. Well, thank you so much again, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode of Skin.
Bye, y'all.